What's going on, everyone? This is Ashwin from FTC team number 5894, BQ. And today we're going to be learning some NXT-G programming on how to make your robot move. So we're going to start off here by reviewing this PowerPoint and making sure we know all the necessary information. And later on in the video, I'm going to show you guys how to do everything on NXT-G itself. So the first basic question, how can I make a robot move? Well, in order to move a robot using NXT-G, you have to use the move block. And with the move block, you have several options in which you can set how long it runs, set the direction, set the power, and select which motors you want to utilize. The most typically used motors are B and C because they're most commonly applied to the wheels, while A is more of an attachment motor, but these can be switched around. So over here to the right is a move block, and you could distinguish it from other blocks in NXT-G by its symbol, which is one big gear and one small gear. And make sure not to get this mixed up with the motor block, which has one big gear, because motor blocks do something completely different. They only control one motor at a time, while move blocks can control more than one. And over here at the bottom is a move block option menu in which you can customize your move block to your liking. So in the port menu, you can see which motors you want to use, A, B, or C. You can see that B and C are checked off since they're the most common. Direction, which is do you want your motors to go forward, backward, or stop. Steering is which way do you want your motors to turn. Power, which is how hard and how fast do you want your motors to run. Duration, which is how long does this portion of the program run. And next action, which is something a little different. It is what happens after your program ends. Do you want your robot to brake or do you want it to coast? Setting the power. Setting the power correctly is crucial because it will make sure your robot runs as smoothly as possible. And at first you might have the notion to set the power too high, and this will be hard to control, and especially for those FLL tournaments, you need precise movements in order to get past all the obstacles. So you need to find a compromise between high power and low power, since low power will be too slow and the robot may not even move. And you have a time limit during FLL tournaments, so that wouldn't be ideal either. So the right amount of power is easy to control and it's adequately fast, not too fast. So the power scale for in NXT-G is from 0 to 100, and you can adjust this by moving the slider or typing in the number. And over here you can see that the power is set at 75. Now, 75 is an ideal amount of power for most challenges, and it's a good starting power. And if you want to turn, you might want to reduce it a little bit, but otherwise 75 should be good for most things. So selecting the motors and direction. Now we want to customize our move block. So first you have to choose which motors you want to move. Then you choose whether they move forward or backward or they stop. Then you choose which side the motor will be on. Then you choose which way they curve. And here's a picture for what this customization menu: port, direction, and steering. Selecting duration. Selecting duration correctly is crucial because then make sure your program runs for the correct amount of time. So you can make sure this is accomplished by using time, which is measured in seconds, unlimited, which will stop until you say so or later, rotations, or degrees. So let's go to NXT-G and I'll show you guys how to do all of this. So let's create a new program and call it Robot Move. Go. Alright, now we're at the main menu of an NXT-G programming menu. Alright, so let's look at all the blocks that we can use. So there's the common menu for the most basic blocks that you can use. There's the complete, which shows all of the blocks that you can use. And then there's the custom menu, in which you can create your own menu for all the blocks that you use the most. So let's go to complete, okay? And let's look at all the headings for all the blocks. There's common, there's action, there's sensor, there's flow, there's data, and there's advanced. So let's go back up to common and select the move block. Let's drag that out here, and boom, we have a move block. Now let's customize this to our liking. Okay, so which ports do we want to use? A, B, C. Okay, let's just leave it at B and C since those are the most common. Okay, now do we want it to go forward, backward, or stop? Let's just go forward since that's like the most basic movement that you can think of. And steering, let's keep them. You can switch these motors if you want, but I'll just keep it at original. And right now it's going straight, there's no turning, and I can adjust this over here to right or left. And that little arrow over here gives you a general idea of how much your robot's going to turn, so that's really useful. So let's just keep it straight since I'm going to keep the robot just move forward. Power, and you can adjust the slider or type it in over here. So let's just keep it at 80 for now for a little variation from the default program. In duration, you can choose unlimited, degrees, rotations, or seconds. I'm going to go with degrees for now since that's one of the most commonly used. And 360 degrees is not nearly enough time for just it barely moves you forward. So how about we make it 3,600? Because 360 is one full wheel rotation. 3,600 will be 10 full rotations. So that should be good enough for now. So what do we want a robot to do after this is over? Brake or coast? Let's just stick with brake since we're just going to move forward and just stop. So let's review what we did. So first in port, we have motors B and C. Okay, good. Direction, forward, alright. Steering, regular orientation of the motors. And it's going straight, no turn, that's great. Alright, power, that's at 80, that's cool. Duration, 10 rotations, that's great. And after that, brake. Then we're done. So this program over here, in conclusion, will go forward, it will move straight, it will run at 80 power, and it'll go for 10 full wheel rotations, and then it'll brake. Alright, so this is how to make your robot move in basic terms. And I would like to thank you guys for watching this video. It would be really great of you guys to like this video or subscribe. And if you want to learn more about our actual FTC team, you can come over here to our website at www.bcubeftcrobotics.webs.com. And to learn more about Oregon Robotics, where we're based, is www.ortop.org, which is over here. And you can learn about JFLL, FLL, and FTC. And usfirst.org, which is the whole FIRST organization, which hosts all these robotics tournaments over here. And our website itself. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.